This is Short-Term Rental Management, the show that is all about short-term rental property management with your host, yours truly, Luke Carl.
This episode of the Short Term Show is brought to you by The Short Term Shop. 30-year fixed mortgages, tax benefits, and long-distance management training made easy are just a few of the perks of owning a short-term rental. The Short Term Shop can help you buy and learn how to manage your property from anywhere in the world. Just go to theshorttermshop.com and click Get Connected. Again, that's theshorttermshop.com, and we are brokered by eXp. See y'all over there.
It is Short-Term Rental Management. Long-haired Luke working on a good hair day, working on the best day ever, and tomorrow will be an even better day. It is an amazing time, man. I'm excited. I'm happy. And it's good to be here. And today we're going to talk about what's going to happen this summer. My kids are out of school, man. And it's blowing my mind. So summertime, butts in the seats on today's episode of Short-Term Rental Management. So summertime vacation season is in full effect. We've made it through May officially, which was difficult. Maybe not quite officially. We're on the cusp. But the kids are out of school, and that means that people are going to start spending some dough, going on vacay, man. Looking forward to it, man. It's going to be, so, in other words, we got a shift going on right now. It's definitely going to be a different vibe. You're going to see a shift in Facebook groups. You're going to see a shift in conversations in general. And hopefully you're ahead of the shift. And your June and July, you should be rocking pretty hard right now. I don't really like my June and July to be too last minute. They are fairly desirable dates, but you can play both sides of the coin there, so you could say, hey, these dates are desirable. I'm going to keep my prices high and hold out. I'm going to wait it out to the last minute, because in slow season, there might not be as much last minute. There's not as much period. So you're trying to scoop people up a little sooner, like May, September, February, right? Those are the three major slow months in most vacation towns. But when it comes into summertime, you might be okay with waiting a little bit. I'm not, but I do see that would be an okay way to do it. A strategy is, if you will. Everything's a damn strategy. When did strategy become the most popular word in real estate? I mean, it's crazy. Strategy. The way I log into my Price Labs is a strategy. What's your Price Labs login strategy? Is that a strategy? No, it's not. But that word is very popular these days. So now, here's the deal. We're moving from getting rid of crap that nobody wants, like last season's culottes. I don't even know what those are. It's from a episode of Seinfeld. Is where I got that from. But I do compare it to clothing occasionally. Last season's crap is out, and that's May. May is like nobody's season. Nobody cares about it. The kids are in school. Summertime's not here yet. The beach isn't that hot yet. It's not desirable. Now, again, it's not all doom and gloom. We talked about this a few weeks ago, about a month ago. May can be actually pretty decent, but it's a month where you can get caught with your pants down. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna admit it. I'm happy to admit it. I take pride and consider myself the best in the damn business. But May, I looked up and that calendar was empty. Whoops! And I played catch up. And I did great, man. I'm not gonna sit here and talk actual numbers, but I did play catch up, and my calendars got filled. That's another thing I want to touch on. Everybody wants to know, well, how'd you do compared to last year? 2022 was the greatest short-term rental year ever, and maybe that's true, but 21 was too, and 20 was as well, and 23's got the potential to be as well. 24, now, it might not go like this. It might not go straight up and to the right. It might kind of level out and maybe even dip down a little bit, but it's going to end up like the stock market. Taxes and rent. There's only two guarantees in life. They both go up. Simple as that. Rent is always going to go up. Period. All right? Now, it might need to dip down a little bit to go back up, but stop being so freaking paranoid about it. Stop freaking out about it. I see it on the internet. I see your concerns, and I understand it. But it's just part of life. It's just part of rental real estate. You got to get over it. My point is, last year doesn't matter. Okay? You can't control the past. There's nothing you can do about it, man. Get over it. If you're sitting there thinking about the past, you're losing. I mean, I'm sure there's any number of 200 inspirational quotes about the past and my ex-wife and this and that and my terrible family and my past and this and blah, blah, blah. And hey, man, that's wonderful. We've all been through some shit, okay? But put it behind you. Last year's prices, the year before's prices, they don't matter. Well, what'd you do compared to last year? Because I know you didn't do as good as last year. It's almost like you're being accusatory, these folks on the internet. Are you accusing me of not being able to compete with myself because of the economy? I mean, what good does that do anybody? Put it at the bottom of your spreadsheet and forget about it. Same thing with your purchase price. It is irrelevant. People get hung up on that purchase price and they say, oh, I paid this much for this house. I gotta rent it for this much per night. It's too late. It is too late, man. What you paid for that house, ancient history. Okay? Now, hopefully, obviously, it is your job to run the numbers, obviously. That's the word I was trying to find. It is your job to run the numbers and make sure you don't get yourself into a pickle. But as soon as you sign that paperwork, and they like that blue pen, don't they? That blue pen on the pad, on the paper, boom, it's done. It's done. That's why I don't understand these folks that are trying to find somebody to pay them to tell them how much this thing's going to make. I don't get it. I do not get it. Call me old. Call me old-fashioned. Or just old. But, dude, you got to sit there with your yellow pad, and you got to figure what it's going to make. Once you've signed the paper, it's gone. It's ancient history. Same thing with 2022. It's gone. 2021. Forget it. It's garbage. Hopefully you did great. Move on. I will throw one number out there. I just did some math. I keep very good. I don't want to listen. Here's another thing. I don't want you to think I don't keep track of my numbers, because I do. But there's nobody's damn business, and the numbers look good. Okay. All right. Here we go. Another tangent. Let me write down my thought here. I was just talking to this lady the other day. I don't know how she found me. She got me on the phone. Very nice lady. And she said, well, I don't even know where her house was. She wasn't a short-term shopper. I don't know where she came from. And her house was, I'll be honest, I don't even know. I feel like maybe it was somewhere in Florida, but I might have made that up. And she said, well, everybody in my market says that they're only 30% occupied. I'm like, wait a minute. Who's this everybody? How did you even find this person? Well, I found this guy on Facebook, and he sells a course. And he said that everybody in that market is 30% occupied. And I said, okay, hold on a second. Number one, if this dude's trying to sell a course based on the fact that you only have to be 30% occupied, do not take that course. I mean, what is that? This is you don't need to be that booked guy. Don't hang out with that guy. Number two, if you're hanging out with somebody that says it's okay to be 30% booked, or that's just the way it is, bye-bye. Don't hang out with that person. It is no different than trying to lose weight. It is no different than quitting drinking. It's like quitting drinking and going straight to the bar. I don't drink. But what the hell are you doing hanging out in this bar? If you want to be a rock star, if you want your calendar to be filled, if you want your cash flow and the dodo, then you have got to hang out with rock stars. Simple as that. It is the oldest trick in the book when it comes to being successful and wealthy. You are the average of the people you're hanging out with. And if your people are 30% booked, nope. Bye-bye. Get rid of them. So anyway, I'm going to throw a number out there for you. I am $127,000 gross income thus far on my Destin house this year. Very happy with that. Last year, that house did $130,000. Now, last year, it had a whole lot of rehab. You know, I did a new driveway. It took like a month. Pool deck, the whole thing. That house has been a work of, just labor and love and sweat and blood and sweat and tears. And I love it. It's a 4-bedroom in Destin. I'm at 127,000 gross thus far this year. It is not even June 1st at the recording of this podcast, and I'm thinking things are looking pretty damn good. Okay, I'm happy with it. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, a lot of mouths to feed. I don't want anybody to take that number and say, "Oh, all I got to do is buy one house and I can make $130,000 a year." No, you don't. Nope. That doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You got rehabs, you got cleaners, you got all this stuff. We're talking about building wealth from the ground up. It is difficult. Join me live every Thursday for a weekly Q&A all about short-term rental. If you like my vibe, if you're digging the long hair extraordinaire, Cash Flow Carl, and want to ask me questions in real time, join me at strquestions.com. It's a lot of fun. strquestions.com. Anyway, let me get back on subject here, if there even is a subject. But here's the subject. May is over. It's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Pick yourself up and get it going. Put the rear ends in the seats. My kids are out of school as of like a couple days ago. And you pick these kids up to school, and all of a sudden, you say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm not taking these kids back to school tomorrow. What are we going to do? Because that's 7 hours a day, 6 hours a day, 5 hours a day, whatever it is, that those kids are not preoccupied and learning. So now it's on me to be a good dad and show them what to do. And what do? Where I come from, you hit the road, man. You go on the road. That's what I'm doing. I'm going on the road. We're going to go hit the road. We do it every summer. We go stay in short terms. We go stay in a Verbo. And we do that to get better at our jobs. I do that. Well, first of all, I do it to enjoy my family, enjoy my life, because life is short and it's time to enjoy it. You know, I mean, I bust my ass every day. It just seems like I never do anything but work. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm working. And you're damn right, man. I'm going to go book the best house in every single town in America, and I'm going to go steal ideas from that house. Because these kids deserve it. And at the same time, I'm improving my job as a property manager. I can go in this house and say, oh, look at this little basket. This little basket's actually, most baskets, I hate them. It's a waste of space. But sometimes every now and then, oh, look at this little basket on the counter. They got some cool stuff in here. Man, I was starving to death. This is great. The granola is great. Local granola, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's time to shift into full-on vacation mode, man. These people are ready to get drunk and party in your house. Okay? I'm actually going to pull up Price Labs now. I don't think I'm going to share screen just because I'm personally I'm a podcast guy. I prefer to listen. I oftentimes even forget that this is on video, but because I've been in radio for a very long time, and I like that side of things, man. I like to listen. But anyway, I'm going to pull up, as a matter of fact, let's pull up that Destin house. Why not? The same one I was talking about. I'm going to kind of walk you through what I see here and what changes could be made to make it better. Now, my May is already booked, so that's good. I got 2 nights available. No, I don't. Those are actually in June. So, you know, that's what you need to be looking for. Let's start looking for what do you got available in June? What I've got available in June on this house is a couple of gaps with 2-night stays available. Now, normally I would not want to do a 2-night stay on this house, but in June, these are high dollar desirable dates. Let's go ahead and drop that minimum to two nights on this house. Not for everybody. That is not for everybody. I'm just giving you some pointers to fill up your summertime here. I have a lot of experience, and I am totally cool with the possibility, not a guarantee, but the possibility that a short stay might be more of a pain in the ass than a longer stay. So I do have I've got a 2-night, and a 3-night gap on generally a 4-night minimum property. And I'll just override that with a black line and just drop it down to the number of nights that are available. Simple stuff, you know. And then I got a 4-night gap, 4-night space in the middle there that this will all get booked up. My July looks fantastic. 4th of July is booked. The few days leading up to it are available. And then I got 1 week available in the middle of July. So my calendar's looking the way it should. I mean, I'm happy with my calendar. If you're June and July, do not look good right now. I think it's time. I don't think that's a mistake. I don't think you did anything wrong, but it is time to hold yourself accountable and get those seats filled. I think that's me. Now, again, end of July right now, that's still a little far away. You don't have to go ahead and drop that down and get it booked. You don't have to. But me personally, I kind of want to move on. I want to just get this thing done for the summer, for June and July. August does start to get a little bit more difficult. So for me, I guess if I have a point here, is that it's time to start working on September. And I've already fast forwarded to September on this property. And I've got, actually my headline on this property is September sale. You gotta get rid of the stuff that nobody wants, just like a clothing store sale rack. Okay, so my September's all say September sale right now. I've got a 25% decrease in price off the recommended price on Price Labs for the entire month of September. I'm already half booked. Well, I take that back. I have 8 nights booked. Okay, so I've got 2 weekends basically, one long weekend. 5, so that's 9 nights. 9 nights booked out of 30. Okay, so I got 21 to go. Hey, I'll take it, man. September's tough. September and May are the same thing, right? You know, kids are going back to school. All of a sudden, the parents have somewhere their kids are going, they're learning, and they're out of money because they spend it all in the summertime. You know, it's just common sense, but for whatever reason, we get busy in our lives and we forget, okay? So I think it's probably the time to go ahead and drop your September right now. August, take a look at it. Is Price Labs putting your August lower than your July? Because it should be, quite a bit lower. I'm not going to give you a percentage. It's not really my style, but if Price Labs is not giving you a little bit of a break on your prices in August, you're going to need to do that yourself. And then now, September, I said 25%. I don't think that's across the board. That depends on your property. The reason I've got 25% on September right now is because my June and July on this property are through the roof. Price Labs is Wheelhouse, Beyond Pricing, whatever software you're going to use, is going to put this particular property. It's a beach house. It's right next to the beach. It's beautiful. It's a bigger house. It's pumping this June and July through the roof. So, therefore, September needs a bigger break. Okay, so if June and July are not that high, I don't need as big a break on my discount for September. And discount's not the right word, but my decrease in September. So in other words, if your house is a little smaller or maybe not on the beach, maybe you're in the mountains or something like that, I think that you could probably go a little lower. Maybe even is 10%. I think your September decrease right now, end of May, early June, needs to be 10 to 25% anywhere and any point in between. And you might need to move it around. Now, as June completes, which you blink your eye and it's gone, right? As we get closer to June being gone, your prices in general are going to need to come down, and it will automatically come down. You could run some Price Labs, or you could run naked on your high, mid, low. And just naturally, as June disappears and July kind of comes in and starts to disappear itself, August will come down. September will come down automatically. They're not as desirable. Right now, if you're available that far in advance, things get confusing you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a little more all over the place. So it's your job to kind of come in there and herd the cattle, basically. Now, again, this is a high dollar property on the beach, very desirable. So I've got a 25% decrease in September. And it's kind of confusing. You know what I mean? Like, does that mean I'm giving a 25% sale on my September prices? I don't think of it that way. I don't look at it that way. I look at it like, overall, Price Labs is doing its job to get the most recent dates booked, most close-in dates booked, and those are desirable and high. And maybe it's not paying attention to September right now, but I am. And my solution to that is to make sure that September is not getting too high, because what you do not want is another repeat of what I had in May. What you do not want is a relapse, basically, of what I did in May, where, man, I'm really good at this, and then all of a sudden it's just like weight loss. It really is. It's like, damn it, How did I gain 4 pounds? Well, it was those damn granola bars or whatever. You know what I mean? You know better than that. You know better than that. Just get in there and do what it takes. I'm starting to sound like some kind of motivational speaker over here, but it really is as simple as that. The kids are out of school. Work on your September, February, May, throw away. They're garbage, you know? So do your best to get them filled in as soon as possible. If you're still playing around with June and July, please give me a break. Those are easy. They're easy. Okay? So hold yourself accountable. Make a goal. Set a goal. If you're, let's for instance, here's a goal for you. If your June and July are empty right now, or like 5-6 nights here and there, again, I don't know where your property is, but just any old vacation town. Set a goal. Here's my goal. Here's my personal goal. I'm setting a goal of, this is the 29th of May. I need to pull up a better calendar here. All right. This is the 29th of May. I want June and July. I want June 100% booked, which is probably 85% booked. I want June 25 nights full by the 10th of June. Gives you plenty of time. That's plenty of time. That's 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Okay. Really, I probably would like to set that goal as the 3rd of June. But today's the 29th. So let's do the 10th. It gives us exactly 2 weeks. Because I'm recording this a couple of days prior as well. I'm getting confused there. Sorry about that. So 29th, we got 2 weeks to get this thing 25 days booked in June, the 10th. Okay. And by the 10th, I want July 20 days booked. Set yourself a goal. We need a goal in the background, a second goal, a secondary goal here. Give yourself a cute little name for that and put it on TikTok and make $1 billion. Second goal, whatever. I want September. I want September 15 nights. 15 nights by June 15th, by the middle of June. I want half of my September booked by the middle of June. June and July don't have to book as early. September's got to book early. Okay? You got your early months. Shoulder season, if you will. September, February, May, get them booked early, get them booked hard, get them booked fast. It's going to be a fantastic vacation season. I love you. Come join me anytime. strquestions.com. I am on the road for the next month, give or take. So there will be less meetings, or they will be scheduled kind of, sporadically, last minute type of thing. But please pay attention. I'd love to have you come hang with us. We love you. From the Short-Term Shop, long-haired Luke. Let me give you a book suggestion. Let me pull up my Audible. What book am I reading right now? It's good, but it's boring the crap out of me. I'm not going to lie. I do think it's worth reading. Otherwise, I wouldn't bring it up. But it's dorky stuff. Molecule of More. It's really good. It's about dopamine. So that's it for me. Long hair Luke saying, don't overthink it.